One moment. Oh well, I guess it will stay for now, although it bugs me a bit. I usually have it up, so the graphics from the Zbrush Live, this one, don't cover anything. But oh well. Стрим будет на русском, интересно. Я буду отвечать на любом языке, на котором могу. Ой, Mary says hi, hello. И Рустам говорит привет, привет. Сейчас подождем, чтобы еще пару людей подтянулось. И начнем. I'll wait a couple more minutes for people to show up and then we'll start. In the meantime, while I do that, what are you guys doing? Are you working on anything? Если я что-то не так ляпну на русском, простите, пожалуйста. У меня больше практики в английском в последнее время. Looking very cute today, thank you. One more. Man, when you have so many social media, like Discord, Telegram, Instagram, you have to keep track of all of them. Otherwise people won't show up. Okay, all done, finally. Phew. I don't think I forgot anything. Oh. Let me quickly play for you what I've done since the last stream. And I'm gonna make it into like a YouTube short or an Instagram short. Not quite sure yet. Probably both. What? Blown out. So I need to speed it up as well. There we? Yeah. So that was all done on ZBrush Max on stream. Hey Andy, how are you? And all blocked out from the primitives. Then after the stream I did some minor adjustments to the legs And the arms, they were like very close to her body. I just like pulled them apart, so they're like 45 degrees to the sides, so in an A pose. Yeah. Унозила. Унозила. I'll let it finish. I think it's just the legs, the feet left. And some minor adjustments in like the chest area and the legs in the back. All good, thanks. Yourself. Have a week off, so have some time for some more sculpting. That's awesome. I wish I had that towards Christmas. What are you sculpting? Ixai says something I can't pronounce. It looks like Japanese. Yeah, as I said, arms 45 degrees, everything done, yada yada yada. So this is pretty much the final product where we left off last time. If you guys have any questions for me in either of the languages, если на русском или на английском есть какие-то вопросы, не стесняйтесь. Я хочу говорить на обоих языках. Поэтому да. Decided to take a bit of time off from sculpting Zelda as I was getting a little bummed out, so just doing an anatomy study at the moment. Signed up to Maya course today as well, which starts in the new year. Wow, that's exciting news. Not about Zelda, but about new course and anatomy study. All of those are great things. What course is that? I'll scale her up and check all of the proportions, which will most probably be incorrect. No, did I do that? Oh well. That is what it is. Let's line it up. By the way, let me guys know if you can hear me well against the music, if the music is too loud. I have no idea what's playing. Something very chill. Okay. It's not too far off, but her crotch needs to go up. Her feet need to go down ever so slightly. Say slimmer thighs and ankles. This is okay-ish, maybe narrower chest as well, and arms might be a bit too long. It's going It's an intro to Maya course at CGMA. There's a I can't read today. There's a hard surface modeling course I might do afterwards. Hard surface is my weakness. I think it's gonna try focusing on it for a little while. I wouldn't say my hard surface is amazing, but I want to focus on characters, so unless I want to specialize as like some sort of mech character artist, I think I'm fine, you know? So I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's just, what do you want to do, you know, in the field? And I guess it's good either way for like props. Maybe sometimes you'll get to model vehicles. And right now the industry is quite competitive and oversaturated, so might be a good idea to develop other skills as well, because everyone wants to be a character artist, you know, but there are only so many positions out there. Yeah, this now feels rather high. I don't know. I guess Arcane is very stylized, so... Knowing Rule 34 on the internet, I probably could have found some, you know, images of naked Jinx, but I didn't want to. For reference purposes, obviously. I didn't specify that. But I hope it goes without saying. Okay, so she's got very interesting waist. Like, you know, so it ends here, and that dip that you have, it's like higher up. This one needs to stay down. Yeah, around here, and then the dip happens around there. Okay. Also, I've got like hell of a mood board, reference board. I'm gonna show the bottom part because it's got some nudity. But here's some concept art, or maybe it's like a paint over the model. Some fan art. It's quite flat-chested, so I think I got that wrong. Might have to change that. Definitely characters. Yeah, for sure. It's just right now, people are really struggling to find a job as anything in the industry, so branching out for the time being might not be a bad idea. Like in the short term. Okay, I can see that the neck is bit higher. It's just like smaller overall in her shoulders. Like so. Have you guys seen Arcane, by the way? I'm assuming you did, if you're on stream. Кто-нибудь смотрел Arcane? Как вам финал? Зашло, не зашло? Я знаю, многим людям не зашло. Мне понравилось. I finished Arcane last weekend. I think I watched it as soon as Netflix put it up. Yeah, that was pretty much me as well. The night that it came out in New Zealand, it was always like 9 p.m. on Saturday. I would just sit down and binge watch it. I haven't had that in a while, you know. Obviously it's not like one episode a week, but it's 3 episodes every week, which is similar to how shows used to be released on TV. So it was a bit of nostalgia, you know, because right now everything is available like on demand. You want to watch Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone, boom, just Google it. You can pay for it, or you don't have to pay for it. Just watch it the second you want it. Back in my days, even though I'm not that old, you had 2 options. Either to somehow get lucky and a TV channel would show your favorite movie or TV series or cartoon, or you go to a rental shop and you rent it. Then later on you could download it when the USBs became a thing. Before then, no spoilers, please. Okay, I won't. 9 p.m. on Saturday feels like a perfect time for Arcane. It was Saturday morning for me in the UK. Nice. Saturday morning. Wait, you're in the past. New Zealand is like in the future, ahead of you. Ah, okay, yeah, makes sense. Because it was released at the same time everywhere. Not separate times for different countries. Hey Layla, how are you doing today? Have a nice day. Hi Salim, I'm good. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? I'm just working away on my Jinx, Rapunzel. Jinx-Punzel is the current name, which I don't really like. Here's the concept. I might add it again. Oh, god damn it. Like so. To the corner of the screen. Ah, then it's not on all the time. So you guys can see it. 1 second. I'll add it to OBS. I'm sorry if it's not lined up. I can barely see it in obvious. Let's say it's not, and let's just accept it. Rapunzel Jinx. Yeah, you see, it doesn't sound good either. Hi Layla, such a cool concept. Can't wait to see the character done. Oh, me too. But she's so rough right now. Thank you though. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. I'm not sure if I can finish it in time for the contest though. People have done such amazing progress on Discord, and I'm lagging behind like severely, and I have like 20 days left or so. Let's bring up this. How is her neck so high up? Like all scrunched there. The beauty of having everything in parts is that you can do this whenever you feel like it. And I feel like bring it in slightly. But how are you, Yuna? How is it going? Are you working on anything personal? This thing needs to be higher up. Because you're not even supposed to see it. It's like this connection. Unless you're like a very skinny person, that Jinx is, by the way. So I guess you would see it. It's like this. And it literally, you can analyze this and break it down. I actually have it in pieces. Here is one shape that I have. Here's another shape. Like this. That I also have. And then it's a bit trickier. I think it's one shape and another one, which is like the collarbone. It's a bit slimmer on my piece. And yeah, then was the biceps. So the reason why I'm doing this paint over is not just for you guys to see what I'm seeing, but also for me to compare now. So I'll bring it there. Now I can like visually look at it and maybe turn off the lines and see where it's not aligning perfectly. And I can see that straight away. Her arm is in a different angle. Like mine is like this. Hers is like higher up. But it shouldn't really matter. As much. I'm making a Jinx fan art on my free time also, but no idea when I finish her, maybe in December, at the moment working on the head. That's awesome. Is it also like a custom skin or some sort of idea? Or just Jinx from the Arcane inspired? Because there have been so many cool ideas on Discord for her as well. I've seen one where she's a vampire. And it sounds weird, but it works. Let me quickly show you. I always find the shoulder collarbone area difficult. Yeah, and it's a bit tricky to figure out because it's such a painterly style as well, in Arcane. So you can't really see the model underneath, you only see textures. Okay, zigzag, progress. Cool. Let's quickly take a look at what's happening. So some people are in retopology. Awesome. Yeah, mostly retopology. People are done with high poly and I'm just starting block out. That's fine. Yeah, someone's making Jin. For any League of Legends fans, you know who he is. That's another good Jinx model. And that looks like a young Vi or Jinx or Caitlyn even. Not sure. Anyway, so many good ideas. This is Ezreal. Don't remember. Camille? Or something like that? Jinx. Lots of jinxes. But that concept I talked about, let me quickly find it. So nice. And it was done in 3D straight away as well. Here you go. Look at that. So cool. Anyway. Just a normal Jinx for practice. I want to try a new texturing style, but making a custom skin sounds like a nice idea. I'll still have time to modify her. Yeah, for sure. Like, think of maybe she was. What if she was a Piltover Jinx? Or she was like an enforcer, or I don't know. After the episode 7 of the 2nd season, it's not spoilers. You know, your imagination can run wild. The best episode. Very cool. Yeah, right? This vampire version looks amazing. I know. So good. I hope they finish her. No, guys, just participating in these sort of contests. It takes me out of like a work rut. Because I fall into it every now and again. Which is okay, like we all do from time to time. But it's important to bring back that feeling of doing something exciting. Maybe a contest, maybe you're timed, maybe you're doing something you've never done before in 3D. Maybe it's like a freelance project. You know, just to shake things up. So I've been in the industry for, what, like, if counting my internship, for over 8 years now, and sometimes it feels like a long time, and I feel burned out, and I have doubts about me staying in the industry for much longer. But then at the end of the day, I remember that, man, I still love making characters. I still love modeling props, texturing, nuding. Even retopology can be fun sometimes. And I love a challenge. You know? So it's important to remind yourself of that from time to time. Let's check the silhouette. I rarely turn it on, but maybe it will help. Let's bring up Jinx's silhouette. It's not too far off. Still think this thickness is too much. So let's try and fix that real quick. Yeah. Like so. It's a bit weird now, but I think it works. It's like a proportional adjustment. I think it's good. I think I squished some shapes that I shouldn't have, so we're gonna fix them real quick. Really like that episode. Man, that episode just healed something in me. I'm not kidding, because Arcane can be a bit of a traumatizing show. Especially in the first season, like, you know, first 3 episodes. Breaks your heart. And then second season is not much better than that in terms of like, how careful it is with your emotions. It's not. So episode 7 was healing. I know it can sound cringe, but I mean it. Hey. I need to hide her hands for now and see the proportions. Let's see her from the side view. Man, she's flat. Sorry, Jinx. It doesn't have much of a back either. Like, I made it like huge and then just not there. And her butt is very small too. What's the price for this concept that you're participating? Huh? Price for the concept? You mean for the contest? If you win? Man, her butt is really high up. Sorry, I'm just gonna bring it up. Look at it. It's like almost non-existent. It's so high up. It's like a butt of a 10-year-old. Sorry if anyone's got such a small butt and I'm offending you, but it's like, wow. Okay, normal proportions out of the window. It's like nowhere near here. The prize for the first spot, I'm pretty sure it's like some merch from League of Legends. Let me bring it up. Info? Yeah. Red game collectible loot box, courses from Zagzag, and they do amazing hand painting courses. Special Discord role, artwork promotion, Q&A chat with Arcane artists. They have an Arcane artist on who worked on environments. Second one is one of these figurines, courses, special role, promotion, Q&A chat. Then statue, courses, role, promotion, and community, courses, special Discord role, honorable mention, courses, special role, artwork promotion. Anyway, it's worth it, even if you don't win anything. Because like being part of this jam community is already so much fun. Okay, so I'll have to bring this in. There was some nasty business going on here with the butt. What if I make auto groups? Uh-huh. I knew it. Delete hidden. And by the way, it's about time to save. Okay. Hello, Layla. Hi, Lens. Welcome. Contest, sorry. That's fine. Hi, it's Kung Furry. Yeah, no butt there, lol. Now, there is a butt. It's just so tiny. I'm not used to it. Usually, my reference models, like anything that I've sculpted so far, had at least a bit of a butt. It's not here. another thing is like a woman or anyone who identifies as a woman, I don't know, that was nice to see on the show is how they modified the designs from original LOL skins. Like Caitlyn was very sexualized in the game, and so was Vi and Jinx. And I'm not saying that they're not like sexy in the show, it's just they made like a deliberate choice to make them feel not as just these exaggerated cartoon game characters, but something that feels more in line with real life, while still keeping the appeal, so you could recognize that that's Jinx, that's Vi, that's Caitlyn. But you know, they didn't give her an overly short skirt like she has in the game. Imagine her running around Zon trying to save Vi in the first season, and she's got that short skirt on. First of all, animators would just go insane trying to hide what's underneath there all the time, or cloth effects artists would also lose it. So they were being really smart. Okay. I think that's closer to what she has. These turnarounds are really helpful. I think Arcane is just a bit more realistic, which I think was the right choice for the type of story they were telling. It's kinda a pet peeve of mine when characters don't match the world they're in. Yeah, it would just be weird, right? Even when they went with the full, like, shimmered up version of Jinx, for instance. She looked insane, you know, in the first season. Like, she lost it, but they didn't cross that line of making her, like, just crazy psychotic like she is in the game now, with those open crazy eyes and a smile and full on like Joker style. Because it just wouldn't fit the vibe of the show. Not there, not yet. So yeah. I'm trying to avoid spoilers as much as I can. I'm not saying that she's gonna be like that in the second season. Anyway, my point is, good show. Good character writing and design. Still, I feel like this part is somehow higher. Maybe it's because of the pose. I think that's it. Yeah. I bet when we combine it all, it'll make my job much easier. But I believe I'll still have to slim down her legs. She's got very slim legs. I do really like the original wall designs though. Yeah, me too. I love looking at the skins and just seeing how much fun people who were designing them had with them. Stay hydrated. Hello, Layla. Hi. Sorry, I'm forgetting the name. So I'm just gonna say Katri. Sorry. So many nicknames, so many names to keep track of. I remember it. Oh, Saad, right? Do you guys think I should invest into like restream subscription and stream on Twitch as well? Or YouTube is enough with this sort of stuff? More less in line. Have any of you used Twitch? Is it worth it? Ah, yes, the one who forgot to add no spin on your stylist portrait. Ah, that's fine. Yeah, I remember. And that's okay. It's hard to tell because you can only see me like this big on the screen. And yeah, I do have nose ring in my right nostril. And it's funny that you added the gecko because it's like literally, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Like right here. The gecko. Fun. It's not alive. I have a friend who uses Twitch for gaming streams. He seems to like it. Yeah, well, that's what I think. Is it really that great for any 3D artists or 2D artists? You know, the platform is saturated with all sorts of stuff. I'm even crossing over to like illegal territory from time to time. And I think like YouTube doesn't tolerate that kind of stuff, so it's a bit more clean than other people on Twitch who just wanna watch Twitch streams. I don't know. I've always streamed for YouTube, but I know that Zbrush, like Maxon, has a restream account and we do it on all platforms. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Okay. Something like that. Now let's place it over here. Yeah, now we can scale. Let's see. How much smaller is her head? Wait. So, not is it only smaller, it's also higher. And like so. More or less. Okay. Really nice, all those leaf attached to it though. Attached to it too. Yeah, it's like a mini jungle on my desk. I can't have plants in this room because there isn't a lot of lighting, so these are fake. But I believe they even have like some lights put from them. And you can turn the lights on, but they're out of battery. I have to change that. There are a few people I've seen who stream 3D art over there. I think Jan Sculpt does, if you've seen his stuff before. Of course I've seen Jan. Or Ian. Jan? Yeah, his stuff is great. He's done quite a few arcane pieces too, right? I'm going for like OG arcane style though, and I think he has a bit of like his personal like take on them, because they're not like one-to-one to the show. It's just like it's recognizable and it's in his style, and he does those fun how to sculpt this character in under 1 minute videos, which I think are really good for the algorithm. It favors it. People just want to see results quick. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. With this one, I might just record that time-lapse that you saw at the beginning of the stream and release it in parts on Instagram. And even though it won't be like as snappy, I'm sure some people will find it useful, because I've been asked before to record stuff. So do you know the artist called Gabriel Suarez and Heloisa de Duda? Heloisa follows you too. I know both of them. They are amazing on Instagram. Yeah, they do those. Well, Gabriel makes the most amazing figurines. I would want to own one of his like figurines live. I would want to paint it. It's so good. And Heloisa is also a 3D artist, I believe. And I think he made a 3D stylized version of her and they 3D printed it. It was to die for. It's so amazing. So yeah, I follow both of them. Amazing people. From what I've seen, like from their art. I don't know, I've never met them. But I'm sure they're amazing people. And I can see that you're a fan of their work as well, especially Gabriel. Because your stuff is inspired by those like simplistic shapes, right? Gabriel is like an idol. If I get the chance to meet Tom Cruise or Gabriel, I would choose Gabriel. My work is like Gabriel's cheap China copy. Nah, don't say that. I can see that you draw inspiration from him, especially with the latest Terminator piece. And I saw that, I'm like, oh, I see the inspiration, but it wasn't a copy. You put it in your own pose. You took a different moment from the film. You studied how he does it and then adapted it into your own. Like, you could say that I'm like a cheap China copy of Polygon, which was a guy I learned ZBrush from. But I'm not, you know? I'm not. I have my own thing going. And I'm really grateful to everything he's taught me. Not personally, for his live streams and YouTube channel. But, you know, have some pride. You know? Respect yourself. I'm sure you put in so much work to become what you are now. And you're good. Yeah, no reason I mentioned them too. I'm making them both. They will be couple holding hands and the hearts will pour out Gabriel and Chloe. That's so cute. I'm sure they'll love it. Maybe they'll even 3D print it. I have been making ZBrush artists, so they are next. Hehehe. That's cool. I'm sure they're gonna love it. Yeah, I really like his take on Jinx, definitely in his art style though. Gabriel made Jinx? I haven't seen it. What do you mean, Yan? Oh, Yan Sculpt, sorry. No, all good. Yeah, because I would have seen Jinx from Gabriel. Thank you for your kind words, I really appreciate it. You're welcome. You deserve the praise. Woo, this is low poly. Sometimes it's hard to grab what you want to grab in ZBrush because of how low poly it is. Okay. So I'm just adjusting the silhouette based on what I see in like a turnaround of Jinx. And I see more of this. It might seem slow and it might seem like, okay, Layla, come on, get on already with like the high poly. But if I learned anything from Polygon, you can't polish a turd. So you need a really good base. And I think I recently brought up this quote by Abraham Lincoln on one of the streams. I think it was with Anya Beganskaya. she asked me for a quote, inspirational quote, and it went something like, if you gave me 5 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 4 sharpening my axe. So preparation, all the prep work goes a long way. Okay, see the mistakes. That's why it's important to go in here into this outline view, your silhouette view, and just adjust stuff as much as you can. Okay, not bad. Ooh. Ooh. These seem to be even closer. Awesome. Then still, her chest area seems too big. Ой, здоров. Тут общаются только на английском. Нет. Просто почему-то все в чате очень стесняются. Я не знаю почему. Я знаю, там пару людей могут говорить по-русски. Что-то боятся. Really like to sculpt when I see others do it as well. Yeah, me too. Before I found out any like Discord communities, I would just follow my favorite artists on YouTube and watch their live streams, even replays, then feedback streams that they would give. Just anything on the background while I work. It's really good. Okay, so how do I go about this? I need this area. To come in almost like this much, you know? Man, she's got very interesting proportions. I'm struggling a bit. Yeah, she's a little bit flatter here. So I'm doing the same thing, for anyone wondering. Breaking it down into angles in my head as I go. more or less like this. This and like this. I just spoke like what's this guy named? Speedchar Naidonov? Another 3D artist. I think he's from Belarus. And he goes like, and like this, and like this. I love that guy. I just love his accent, love his attitude towards like sculpting. Like very straightforward, no bullshit. You know, in my experience, people from the Western world try to sugarcoat most of it, most of like words that you say to other people, not to sound too harsh. And people that I've met so far from, well, closer where I come from, like Moldova, Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, they don't sugarcoat it. They're like, I watched one of his streams and he's like, so I learned how to make a head. And so, you take a sphere, you do this, and you know, you go and you type in how to make a head, and you find some tutorials, and they are shit. He's like, no bullshit. Like, because those people haven't practiced enough. I made 100 heads, so I practiced enough. And you're like, okay, show me then. You know, gotta respect the confidence. So, I don't know, for some viewers he might come off as rude, but for me, I think he means well. Bulgaria, not Belarus, sorry. I always confuse the two in my head, even though I'm literally from a neighboring country. So. Speedchar is a beast, funniest Balkan, yeah, right? Speedchar is amazing. He was a hardcore ZBrush artist, now completely shifted to Blender sculpting, I think. Yeah, from what I've seen so far on his channel. He did some streams in ZBrush when I first discovered him, but then he switched to Blender, which I don't think matters because these skills translate either way, you know? Let's switch back. He's from Bulgaria, yeah. Nikolai is one of the greatest artists as well as Anthony. Both are heroes for me. Who's Anthony? Hi, Layla. Hi, Sun. Welcome. Also, I love how he embraces his accent and not tries to change it. Because when I moved to New Zealand, I think it was a mental goal to get rid of my Moldovan accent. And I haven't gotten rid of it completely. However, I sound more like Kiwi now, slightly bit more than when I moved here. You know, the phrases that I use and like the intonations or lack thereof. He was very like mumbly, I guess. And then a few years back, I was thinking about it, and I discovered Nikolai as well. And I'm like, why? Why am I trying to get rid of what was there from the beginning? Something that is part of my heritage, you know? It's not a flaw. As long as you can, like, explain yourself and you don't make too many grammar mistakes and people understand you and they can connect with you, why does it matter if I have an accent, right? Plus, when you do have an accent, you get asked, and I get asked all the time in New Zealand where I'm from. And then I get to educate people on the existence of Moldova, because nobody has ever heard of it. Which is sad, but at the same time fun, you know? The way I go about it is usually like, oh, you know, that small piece of land squished between Romania and Ukraine. They're like, oh, yes, yes, we have heard of it. And you could see it in their eyes. They have never heard of Moldova. Okay, let's say it looks better. It's more on point. Oop. And CGI is known as Anthony Walt. I'll have to Google him, because I don't know I know him. I don't think I know him. And CGI, okay. It's got a website. Cool. Is he a rigger? Oh no, he does like lots of tutorials. That's cool. Happy Thanksgiving, my fellow 3D nerds. Oh, cool. Happy Thanksgiving. There's no Thanksgiving in New Zealand, but yeah, I was wondering when that was. Remember, it was the end of November. Ooh. What do you do on Thanksgiving? Apart from like eating turkey, right? In the family circle. Do you thank people? I'm not mocking, by the way. I'm genuinely asking. As someone who has never been exposed to Thanksgiving. Man, she's got really slim arms and forearms. Everything is so slim. I wonder if they changed her proportions for the second season. She didn't look that different to me. Maybe I didn't pay attention. So this is much higher, like so. I hope it's gonna be enough geo to sculpt on. He's mainly cool for technical stuffs. Got it. Yeah, so it seems to be the case. I feel like she is more flat-chested than I make her to be. Because this girl's got like negative body fat percentage. If that's even possible. Yeah, that's not too far away. Ooh. Yeah, that's more like it, I feel like. So if we were to roll back, that was the beginning of the stream, more or less. That's now, let's say, quite a progress. So, this, and that's now. Different proportions, and I'm much happier with them. She looks so short in here. You guys can't properly see it because of my face. Yeah, much better. Okay. I have another, say, like 40 minutes left. I'm not American, so I don't celebrate it, but it's supposed to be a day where you're thankful for what you have and have a feast with your family. Sounds great. I'd do that. I don't have a lot of family here, though. Not like a full family. But I guess it's better than none. I cannot imagine how isolating that would be to move to another country and not have a single soul there that knows you. Or not have any relatives there. Squid Game Season 2 is also coming. Oh, okay. Not as excited for that one, although I remember liking it. But I wouldn't say loving it. It was okay. Although the origins of the holiday are questionable. Yeah. I said I'm not American, hoping you would ask and I could tell you about the existence of my country too. Where are you from? Sorry, I have like 5,000 things on my mind right now. Because it's 7:40 a.m. So I'm full on working mode, but then I need to think of my actual work as well. And lots of other things. Venezuela. Oh, I'm sure people know of Venezuela, right? How did you feel about Arcane? I just started watching and I've never played the game. You just started watching? Oof. Okay, no spoilers then. Were you? How did I feel about it? I mean, I'm making a fan art of the main character for a contest, even though I have a gazillion things I have to take care of in my life. And I probably won't make it in time, and yet still here I am. How do I feel about it? I freaking love it. It's such a good show. And the art style, oh my god. If one day, Riot or Fortiche, you're watching this, please hire me. Because they're making the next series. It's not gonna be called Arcane, but it's gonna be in the same style, the same universe, but it's gonna be different characters this time. But man, I would love to work on it. I was mind blown by the art. Yeah, I think everyone was. It set a new standard in the industry for sure. Now arcane style is a thing, you know. Studios want to imitate it. Painterly is like a synonym for arcane style now. Yeah, it's just, in my opinion, revolutionary in terms of art. Storytelling too. It was done well, very well, and I'm happy that I did not feel like insulted by the show. And what I mean by that is like when they dumb everything down to you, like you're stupid, and they like tell you instead of showing you. There was just a lot of like subtlety in the way that the characters were behaving or saying something or acting, and you could figure out their feelings from the emotions that animators animated, as opposed to one of the characters just explaining it to you like, oh, this happened and that's why we're going to war with these ones and blah blah blah. Yeah, show don't tell. Animation industry is changing. Arcane, Spider-Verse, Wild Robot. Now there is a new trend going, mixing 2D and 3D. Yeah. It's been there for a while now, right? But I wouldn't put all of those three that you just named in the same box. I'd say they all did something unique in their own way. Arcane and Spider-Verse to me are completely two different styles. There's nothing similar about them. Arcane is this very painterly, very like, how should I put it? Almost like emotional painting. Like very, what's the word? Expressive in terms of like brush strokes. And Spider-Verse is too, but it's more like comic book style. You know, and it's more graphic, more aggressive shapes, more geometric shapes, you know, more like different textures combining and everything else, like all of the effects that make it look like a 2D comic. And then Wild Robot is a whole other thing where it looks more 3D out of the three of them, but at the same time it's 2D as well. Haven't seen it yet. I missed it in the cinemas, unfortunately, so I'm gonna watch it at home. Yes, please hire Layla, she's amazing. Thank you. One day. I am getting a bit more comfortable with the arcane style because this is my fifth character in the arcane style. It's gonna be. You haven't seen another three. They were done for a project that never went live, unfortunately, so I'll never be able to show them probably. However, experience is there. I'm getting more comfortable with the art style, which I think is good. I definitely can see so many things I could improve with my Zeri sculpt. I don't like it anymore. Not as much. So that's that. Gonna be better, I hope, this time around. It's playing. Okay. I can't believe I just found out about it. Did you play the game before watching? Does it make a difference? So I have a partner, and he played the game, and he was like my lore supply, because he explained every single champion to me, their relationships. When I don't know if it's a spoiler at this point. There's a character in League called Warwick. Well, he comes into play at some point. I'm not gonna say when and how much it affects the story. Spoiler a lot. But yeah, it was really nice to have someone who knows what's up. Okay, I'm gonna turn back on this one because I don't mind this dip. That looks a little bit ugly. I think this is fine. I think we should focus on the head next. The next like 25 minutes or so. Now let's see, if Pixar comes up with a new style, success of Inside Out 2 says you need a good story on top of the animation. For sure. You need a good story. You need it to land not with just the kids, but with the adults as well. Unless you're Disney and Frozen 2 just hits different. Okay, how should I do this? 1 second. I need way more detail on the head before I combine the whole thing. So I should probably separate it out and don't freak out. This was a demo of how I sculpt lips from the last time. So I might as well use it, right? It doesn't hurt. Okay, transparent. I want her neck to be much slimmer. But was he as impressed as you with the series compared to the game? Yes. Yes. He loved it. Maybe even more than I did, somehow. Because I think it was due to the lore. I really appreciated how they interwove all those characters and their backstories and changed some stuff, but for the better in the show, you know? And he could anticipate some things, like about Victor. I'm not gonna say much more than that. But other than that, I know so many people that never played League, and they enjoyed the show so much. And I've never played League, and here I am sculpting a fan art of Jinx. Because she's the best girl now, you know? Okay, so with the lips, do I want to bring them back? It's got quite small mouth. Okay. So what we're gonna do now, I think I'm gonna... duplicate it. Select everything for the head. Maybe we need the neck. I don't know. Do we? Nah, it's fine. So just the head. Delete hidden cool. Now we can keep the other stuff on and just focus on the face, and it doesn't matter how many divisions I add to it. Huh. Okay. Let's subdivide it 2 times, so this is good. I feel if they did a series about Zelda, it would have never been as good as the game. You don't know. What if it was done by Fortiche? They could have turned it around, I'm sure. Because there was lore in the game that they could work with, but it doesn't mean that the entirety of Arcane is based on the lore. It was rewritten, it was like adapted into the show. Mel is not a character in the games. Her mom is not a character in the games. Who else is not in the games? Vander is not a character in the games. Silco isn't. So many characters were just created, you know, for the sake of it, and it works. And they fit into the universe. But they're not from the game. Okay. Let's get those ears right. Not gonna be able to fully sculpt the face in the limited time that we have. But let's grab flip curve brush. Do this. No. This. And this. And this. Fine. I love flip curve because, as you can see, it doesn't actually cut it. It just clips it. In 1 second. Nice. What was I saying? Oh my god. Age. I was saying the clip brush clips as opposed to changing the topology, so that means I can keep the subdivision levels intact without having to sacrifice them, which is amazing. So if you've never played around with it, I recommend it. However, all that I just said is gonna go out the window really soon, because I'll have to dynamesh it for the ear to have better topology, I think. Oh, we can try something different. We can try and zero mesh this. Cool. Not bad. Now let's do 1 and do 2. So subdivided it twice, so now, yes. If I reconstruct, because I subdivided the zero meshed mesh twice, it saved 2 levels of subdivisions into it, and I was able to reconstruct it to where we were before. It's what I want, which is good, which might mean I don't have to go down the Dynamesh route. Dynamesh isn't bad, but right now I don't want to do it. The fastest way would be probably to mask it. Saying goes like this, and then something like that. Not precise, but it will do. Okay. Maybe we'll just push it in. Delilah, you would be streaming here too along with the Zbrush channel? Yeah, so I'll be switching to and from. Every other week I stream for Maxon, and every other week I usually do Zbrush Discord hangouts. But I decided to stream this one because I haven't done anything for the channel in a long time, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to revive it. And then if I have enough material for this piece, I'm thinking of making a YouTube video, like behind the scenes with some time lapses. Probably won't be able to stream the entire process, but I'm okay with that. But maybe for stuff like retopology and UVs, I could stream it here, because I've been asked before to show how I do it, where I do it, what tools do I use, you know. Wow, not a pretty ear. Let's see what it looks like on the model. I see, that's awesome. I'm excited to binge watch the whole thing. Yay, do it and come back. And we can discuss next stream. It's pretty amazing at how many fully original characters are in Arcane. Yeah, right? I think when they do the Zelda film, it should probably be based on the Ocarina of Time. They shouldn't have made it in the first place. I'm sorry. I love Zelda with all my heart. Love the whole universe, and that's why I don't want them to make the movie. Because the chances that it's gonna be good are very slim. I'm sorry. And I love the franchise so much that I don't want them to screw it up. And then Link actually talking? Really? It's gonna be a first. I don't think it's gonna go well. I'm sorry to be pessimistic if you have high hopes for Zelda movie. Good for you. But I just can't see it working. Hey, I might be entirely wrong, and I'll gladly accept it if the movie comes out and it's amazing. I'll personally apologize to the studio that made it. But until then, well, looking forward to it. Definitely would love to see the retopology phase if you stream that here. Yeah, easy. It's gonna be a boring stream, me just moving polygons around, but I don't mind. If that's what people want, that's what I'll do. One of the requirements of the challenge is to make game-ready topology. It's gonna be fun as well, considering that I work in films. But I've done a few game-ready models, one recently for a personal project and a couple more in the past for some VR, AR stuff. Like, current ears are too big. Doesn't have very big ears. Let's see. They stick out a bit more. And they're more angled. Very interesting shape indeed. Something like that. Interesting. When my modeling will become as yours? Don't know. Thank you. It was a bit hard to read what you meant, but I think thank you. And don't be so harsh on yourself, because I have been doing it for a little while and I still have room to grow, so it's just, how should I put it? It's sort of an input-output situation, so if you do put in time, you'll get the result. I don't really believe in talent. I think I brought it up before. One of the streams. And when people say, "Oh, you're so talented," I think people mean well, but I get triggered. Because sometimes talent can be misused in a way that, oh, well, I wasn't born with the talent, so I never could draw. Or, oh, I wasn't born with the talent like those people, so on and so forth. Which is okay to say, I guess. Like, you're free to say whatever you want. However, it really devalues all the hard work that artists like myself, who was not born with any talent, worked for. Through just hours of grinding and falling and making mistakes and receiving feedback. So I'd say it's all in your hands. If you want to get better, you can get better. And I know I went on a bit of a tangent and nobody even said the word talent. So I did it to myself. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think talent exists? I have high hopes, but keeping expectations low. That's the way to go, I think. I actually wouldn't mind if Link spoke a bit more in the games, as a lot of the characters are voice acted now. Yeah, I feel ya. Even Zelda in the games has a voice. It'll be hard to get used to a film though. Yeah, it will be an adjustment. Repetition can make untalented a very talented person. You have to be disciplined and consistent. This is my idea on talent. Yeah, I guess if by talent people mean skill, you can get skilled, yeah. Maybe my ears are a little bit bigger. We'll see. Oh, there's no perspective either. Oops. Yeah, it's more or less correct. Oh no, I forgot to save it. Oh well. We can readjust the position. I think some people think if you're talented that you haven't worked hard to get to a level. Yeah, that's upsetting. I hope people don't think that. I think talent is the ability to observe, so if someone talented maybe just has an eye that can be trained otherwise, that sees the art faster. That's an interesting thought. So you like born with the vision, so you can see art clearer or understand art better? Or like what looks good, what doesn't? Music has stopped. It has like dips, but it shows that music is still playing. But like towards the end of the music, like a track, sometimes it like dips down and then it'll come back up. So you guys tell me if it's off, but obvious shows that it's on. It's like when you see these people who only use AI say things like AI has made art democratic when you don't have to be talented to do it. Yeah, whatever. Which is totally wrong in my opinion, because it's 99.9% hard work. Yeah, don't get me started on the whole AI thing. People saying, and let me just say one thing and then we'll move on from it. So people say that it's become more democratic and it lowered the barrier of entry. My argument is the barrier of entry, the past 20 years that internet is alive, YouTube is a thing, has been there, accessible to anyone who has internet. If you have internet to type in AI prompts, chances are you have access to YouTube, and there are so many resources for you to pick up any art. 2D, 3D, architecture, 3D printing, anything. So using it as an excuse that barrier of entry was different, it was never different. Just open YouTube and start learning. A better or a more correct statement would be a barrier of laziness is now different, because you can be lazy and create 3D art or 2D art because you can type in ideas. I have ideas, but for me to make them happen, I need to put in a lot of work. And so do you guys, right? In the chat. Any artist understands that. So that's my thoughts on AI art. And I'm sure it's gonna be part of the pipeline, and you know, I'll roll with it. And if the client wants me to use AI images as a source of inspiration, it is what it is. If it pays the job, I'll do it. However, it will never replace, in my head, 2D artists, because I've seen concept art made by AI and I've worked with it. And let me tell you, I had a miserable time. And at the end of the project, I usually tell my client, hey, I get it, it's free, but I had to figure out a lot of things along the way, which is my time and your money. So you're saving money on the concept artist, but then the 3D artist needs to figure out so many more things that don't make sense in the artwork, which makes it kind of expensive anyway. So that's my thoughts, you know. We tried to save money and you didn't. Yay! Okay, I'll leave it as that. It's fine. It'll get dynameshed anyway. Music got back. Yay. I think so, yes. Walter Benjamin talks about the world of art in the age of mechanical reproduction in 1930. It is great read and can open the door to some thoughts on AI and artistic carcass devoid of any humanity. Okay, I'll have to write it down. Walter Benjamin, the work of art in the age of mechanical reproduction. That's a mouthful. But do you think that because of there are more academies and schools, maybe there is more competition now? Competition for what? There's always been competition. That's one tiny mouth, if you were to ask me. It might have to be bigger. Good thing I have my subdivision levels. think AI is already plateauing anyway. Is that the way to pronounce it? Plateauing? Anyway, and it will never replace actual concept artists. I think it will create more work for the companies that embrace it. Generative AI, that is. We'll see. I have no way of telling if it's gonna take away my job or not. But that's the thing. It will just take away the job. Worst case scenario. I'm not saying it will. Nobody said it will take away Zbrush. It will take away my love for art. You know? So worst case scenario, I just requalify to be someone else. I don't know. Dance teacher. Baker. And then I'll still get to do the Zbrush sculpts. So I don't really care. No one is gonna take my love for 3D away from me. And that's that. I know it can be very scary for some people who just are entering the industry, and all of this bullshit is going on with layoffs, with strikes, with AI seemingly replacing people. And people are afraid. They're like, should I invest money into like tuition for this position that might not even be a thing in a couple of years? Yeah, I guess it's a valid concern. But you should ask yourself whether 3D, if you've ever done a character or just modeled a car or animated something or maybe made something explode in 3D, did it make you feel good? Do you want to do it anyway? Then you go from there. Hello, happy you make her in the stream. It's no one here. Hey, no one. Sorry I'm late to watch your stream. Unfortunately, we're ending very soon, but you'll be able to watch the replay because it will be available straight after the stream ends. I wish we could have done a bit more with her face. Okay, it's a start. She looks a bit creepy with just the lips on. And it's usually not what I do. I usually sculpt the eyes first, but hey, why not switch things up? Am I right? No, now the lips are too big. Is better. Cool. Just quickly decide on the placement of facial features. Maybe like this. By the way, if you're wondering what brushes I'm using, I hope it's visible. But if not, so this is Mech Cut. It's by Polygon, but there are lots of Mech Cuts out there that are free. I believe I paid like $2 for this. And then the lips were made with the Curve Pinch Brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to ever exist. It does exactly what it sounds like. You draw a curve and then it pinches it in. Or if you use Alt, it kind of like pushes it out. That's basically how I made her face. Did I say her lips? Wonder, I'm gonna sculpt her nose out. Maybe. Again, following sort of like Nikolai Naidonov, was it? Naidonov? Advice, starting very low, making your way up. Do not start at the like 4 million polys or whatever. That's a thing that I see a lot of beginners do. Just not gonna get you anywhere, really. Yes, sorry, it was possible to see the video on your YouTube. Yeah, it will be after the stream ends. I'm pretty sure it will be saved there. Straight away. For now, she doesn't look much like Jinx. We'll fix it in the next one. Gotta go, Layla. Nice stream. Looking forward to the further ones. Take care. Bye. Bye bye. Hope to see you next stream as well. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, pinch curve as Anna. Yeah. You mean Anna Biganska? Yeah, she actually asked me on her podcast what my favorite brush is. And I told her that it's curve pinch. And we agreed that we have it in common. We both use it. Okay, the eyes will have to come next stream, guys, because I'm running out of time. Need to get dressed and need to get to work. So, in the meantime, this is the progress. Yeah. Let's save. And this is it. Thank you guys so much for coming over and chatting with me. It was fun. Looking great so far. Thank you. She needs a lot more work, but I'm happy with her proportions compared to where we were. Where we're like, we're like here. Now we're here. Let's say improvement. Definitely. She looks way more like Jinx now, proportion wise. If you like squint your eyes at the screen, you can definitely see the proportions are reading better. Be happy with it. So next stream we'll be blending it all together and start to block out her clothing, hopefully. If not, I might do it off stream, and then just record it and put it on Instagram as like a time lapse. So good. Thank you, Marco. Thanks, Layla. Awesome as always. Take care. Thank you, Pike. Спасибо, был рад видеть. Спасибо, что пришли. Болтайте в следующий раз со мной. Не стесняйтесь. Thanks. The proportions definitely look like Jinx already. Thank you. Yeah, better definitely. The proportions, big improvement. Thank you, Michelle and Marco and Andy and everyone and Rustam for coming. And I'll be off. You can join our Discord community if you haven't already. and you somehow found this stream without ever finding out about Discord, it's in the description down below. And otherwise, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.